G'day mate, welcome to Mountain. This is Chloe. We are together, falling in love with our true selves. If you ask AI to sum up the Jane Eyre in 3 words, love will probably come up a lot. Her story with Mr. Rochester is striking, but honestly, it's not something to look up to. Their relationship is filled with contradictions and tension. Jane Eyre is a perfect example of fearful avoidant attachment. Let's look at why people like her, with painful pasts often seem like the ones causing harm. People with fearful attachment see themselves and others in a negative, mixed way. They think they deserve love but unsure it can happen. Most see them as twisted, feeling both inferior and proud, sensitive yet stubborn. They seem to hurt others a lot, but in the end they always end up hurt themselves. If you have someone like this in your life, you might notice they are hot and cold. One day, they are laughing and drinking with you, and the next, they ghost you. But you might not see that they are hurting too. They're testing how patient you can be and how far they can push you. They'll rate you one by one, and only if you score high enough will they feel safe to keep the relationship going. If you don't meet their standards, they will act like the bad guy who cut the things off. But really, the heart is hurt and bleeding from disappointment. In a relationship, the biggest fear for those with fearful attachment is being abandoned by loved ones. Even tiny signs that others might not notice can trigger this fear and make them act irrationally. As a relationship grows, we usually feel more relaxed and casual with each other. But for those with a fearful attachment, they need to stand in the spotlight, wanting to be the only star in your life, with all your attention on them. If they sense they're not the focus anymore, they might start to doubt you've changed and act in ways that test your feelings for them. Karen Horney believed that when fearful attachment individuals can't resolve their inner conflicts, they feel almost desperate, pulled in 2 directions. On one side, they desperately want someone to hold their heart and give them warmth. On the other, they doubt if anyone like that really exists and worry that person might be tired of them. Once this struggle peaks, fearful attachment people might strike first to feel a false win by hurting others. They may give you the silent treatment or act like a victim to grab your attention, hoping you'll show you still care. Even if you treat them better, it won't calm their inner conflict. They might cling to you, wanting to care for you all the time. Or they might push you away out of shame. But deep down, they really miss you and wish you to come back. In short, they leave you feeling drained and scared to be around them. Sadly, your reactions can worsen their fears, and to calm their rising anxiety, they just keep hurting you. So, how should you interact with fearful attachment individuals? In therapy, the most common feedback about them is easily get mad, often harsh and picky, hard to please and always feel something's off, very hard to satisfy, making it tough to keep a relationship. Dealing with fearful attachment people feel like handling the toughest customer. You see how unhappy they are and get their complaints. But their anger and harshness make it hard to respond kindly. But this is all due to their deeper insecurity. They seem aggressive, but it hides their anxiety. When they express a need in a tough way, remind yourself they don't mean it. They just really need support. Here are some tips for connecting with fearful attachment people. First one, reassure them by saying, "I'm here with you," and use gentle touches to get closer. Lower their expectation, calm their feelings first, then tackle the issue. Set a safety line. If the relationship feels uneasy, it's time to talk about changes. By now, you'll likely understand fearful attachment people better. If you help them accept their true selves and embrace their inner child, reminding them, it's okay, don't force it, everything's for the best. they can have a stable, harmonious relationships. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell for updates on latest content and psychology insights. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. See ya!